Detroit Tigers franchise here on MLB The Show, as we are going to take a look at the start of this episode. Max Clark, the number 16 prospect in all of baseball, number 4 right fielder, I believe, or outfielder, number 2 in terms of our organization, and he was last year's first round pick. So to me, he's a big part of this future, and I want to see what he's doing down in AA. And that's a deep fly ball going, fly out, but hey, he got a good hit on it. I don't think he's completely ready to be up in AAA. I want to give him a year or two down in AA, let him work. He is only 18, 19 years old. He's young. I don't expect him to make the jump as that's hit, but a great play by the third baseman. Early on in the season, he is hitting 226. No home runs, no RBIs yet. I'm not super worried about it right now because it is like, especially for the minor leagues, it's like not even a week into the season as he takes the second ball. But then again, I'm going to keep on, like, he's young. I'm not expecting him to absolutely destroy. Maybe in the summer, if he's still struggling, then I'll be worried. But like, this is his first look at pro ball. Last year, he was facing high school pitchers. Like, I'm not so worried about it as I take a terrible swing there. Should have probably not swung at that, but hey, well, it is what it is. As we are facing the Akron Rubber Ducks. There's a hit up the middle. It's going to be a nice single. He does have some pretty good speed as well, which you would like for an outfielder. But I'm not worried about fielding. I feel like fielding is going to be fine. Just a little bit under that curveball, as it's going to be a fly out. But we get to see his fielding. I'll show you the attributes after this ball game. But he's a 65 overall. None too crazy. Ooh, got him. Oh, he took forever. Man. So he is a center fielder, but his bat is pretty good. I would say really his biggest thing is his bat. There's nothing like eye-popping. He's a very good contact hitter. Not terrible power-wise, but like his durability is good. I think his fielding and arm could get better as well. 74 speed is pretty good for a 19-year-old, but to me, we got to improve the bat. Otherwise, I think, obviously the fielding could always get better, and I think speed, but to me, my main focus is the bat for Max Clark. The next guy we are going to see is up in AAA. We're going to take a look at 2 guys. The first guy is Jace Jung, as we are facing the Rochester Red Wings, which, again, I like it. For those who don't know, I basically live in Rochester. I'm like 20 minutes away from the stadium, as that is a grounder 2 shortstop. And this is, I don't want to say super accurate, but it's not terrible. As Jung, yeah, he's going to fly out. That's on me, but I don't think he's doing too bad at AAA so far. Now we're going to see him field now against Brady House, a former... Oh, come on, bro. I try to throw it, and yeah, they're going to say it's an error. That's just the show being the show. He's hitting 288, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs on 15 hits, and that looks like maybe... maybe that could have been a hit, but either way, he's not doing terrible. I think I'm going to give him another year down here in AAA. I don't think he's completely ready yet. I also want to see how Kobe Keith, drawing a blank on the third baseman, but I kind of want to see how our infielders do. I'm not super worried about calling him up, but he might also be a September call-up as well, because we don't really have that many prospects to work with as of right now, as that's going to be a grounder 2 first. Again, it's more of me than anything. I'm just trying to shake the rust off, but quickly show you the attributes. Again, it's more of his bat to me. I think his fielding's pretty good for a third baseman. Obviously, he could get better. Not saying it's perfect. His durability is really good so far as a 23-year-old, but like his bat is slowly getting up there as well. Obviously, I want it to get up a little bit more, but I'm thinking maybe when he's 25, 26, we call him up. Next guy we're going to look is Justin Henry Malloy. I mean, look at his durability is pretty good. His fielding, his arm fielding is not terrible, not great for a left fielder in my opinion. I know he could also play third. Really, it just seems like he's pretty good against just left-handed pitching in general. He's not terrible against right. But again, it's kind of like he's 24. You know, when is he going to make that leap? He is not hitting well. He's hitting 185. He is struggling. I don't know. Like him and Jace Jung, they are, because I get their COC potential, but they're kind of, as he follows another pitch off, they're kind of in where they're like 23. I get 23, 24-year-olds are younger, and I didn't mean to swing there. Like they are younger in terms of other sports, like in the sports world, they are considered young. But in terms of like prospects, they're kind of getting up there a little bit older, and maybe not right now, but as the Red Wings are killing us, maybe they could be trade pieces because we don't know. Like Henry, like he might just be a minor leaguer for his career. Jace Jung, as it's a grounder 2 shortstop, almost beats it out. But to me, I see Jace Jung having more of an opportunity because we don't have a lot of good third basemen per se, as it's a fly out to right field. So we do get our first trade offer. The Pirates are offering a 65, 22-year-old shortstop for Mark. And the thing is he's due, and I know 13 million's not a lot, but to me, when you have Baddoo and Henry kind of just sitting there where they could probably be the top 2 guys in the outfield, or we have like Matt just sitting there, or we can call up, you know, it's just a bigger contract off of our plate. Plus it gets us a good prospect, but I feel like that's not a very good trade, so I'm going to say no to that. We hop into a game situation against the Kansas City Royals, down 3-0, bottom of the 8th. Javi Baez comes in, and he's going to do nothing. Well, if we had a shot to potentially trade Javi Baez during the season, it's not going to happen. He tore his ACL, so he's out 6+ months, which is, it sucks. He hit 264, so he was hitting pretty good so far. Probably his best year as a Tiger, even though it was 20 games in, which really sucks. But now, who are we going to call up or sign? All right, so we signed Alberto Mondesi to a 2-year deal. Not a terrible guy. He didn't play last year, but then he was on the Kansas City Royals. Nothing too crazy, but I think he's going to be a solid guy while Javi rests up. Going to player lock with Riley Green here in the Bronx. For those who don't know, the Yankees are my favorite team. It is a tradition here in the show franchise where I show at least once a season a series in the Bronx. Even though Yankee Stadium's not the best stadiums in baseball, I'm figuring, hey, why not show my Yankees a little bit of love? As Riley Green's fighting off from Carlos Rendon, which we were offered a trade for him, which I just did not think it was realistic. Plus, I don't want Rendon. I don't think he's that good or living up to his contract as Green strikes out. And it's clearly showing. I mean, doubled and Torres as well. Soto hit a doubled and Torres as well. It's 3-0 Yanks. I mean, we're not good, which is kind of the point. Riley Green, there we go. A great hit. And it's going to get down, but Aaron Judge is probably going to gun him. Safe. RBI single. I'll take it. I don't know. I think that might have been Stanton. I don't know. It was either way. It was a close bang play. We'll take it. As we do give up a single to Stanton. Green is hitting 299, 2 home runs, 14 RBIs. Not doing too shabby at all. Former first-round pick back in 2019. Showing some promise. I mean, kind of the big thing with this franchise is finding that guy. Obviously, Miguel Cabrera was past his prime for a couple of years, but he was the face of kind of the Tigers. He led that team to great moments. We don't have that player that we can build around. Riley Green, maybe. Kerry Carpenter, maybe. Spencer. But they're not guys. They're still young in their career, obviously. They still have a shot, as that's a grounder to Glaber to end the 5th. Aaron Judge is up. But they're not guys that have shown, okay, we can build around them. As Aaron Judge, he's going to hit one, and that's going to be a single, maybe a double, as they're just nonchalantly taking their time. This Judge is going to get in with a double. It's a 4-6 ball game, as Victor Gonzalez is now in for the New York Yankees. Green fouls that one off. He does have 77 clutch. Not the greatest power. I don't think he's a really big time power hitter. 48 vision is not terrible either, as that's a beautiful hit ball, but that's going to be to Aaron Judge. He's not going to let a lot of fly balls past him. Hop into one of the situations as Spencer Torkelson is facing Caleb Ferguson. It is a 2-1 Yankees game here, as we are slowly getting into the month of May. I swung really late, should have not, but 88 power. He really likes left-handed pitching. Very, very close game here in the Bronx. I didn't mean to swing at that, but you know, they're gonna give it to him. So there's that, and a high cutter up and away, I suppose. 7 pitches into the at-bat. We foul that one off. Bryce Harper gets his 900th career RBI. Man, that makes me feel old, as I didn't mean to swing at that, but they're going to count it anyways. My captain, Jake Rogers is up to bat. I just got to be patient. He's, again, a very good power hitter against left-handed hitters. Not the best vision, but if he gets a hold of one, look out. As now it's a 1-1 count here. I didn't mean to swing at that, but... And the crazy thing is, our record's terrible, but I'll show you after this Yankee series that we're kind of in a playoff hunt, in a sense, because we're the second best team in the division. You know, we're up for a wild card spot, even though we should not be. There we go. Jake Rogers gets a hold of one, but it's really going to do nothing. But we are here with a situation. Top of the 9th. Clay Holmes is in. Badu is on second. Riley Green's up at the plate. That's going to be a deep fly ball going at the wall, at the track, off the wall. As Riley Green is going to get a stand-up double. I thought it was going to be gone. That's why the runners didn't advance, but hey, I'll take it. So now it's up to the rookie, Colt Keith, to get us a huge play. Bases loaded. They intentionally walked the guy in front. I forget who it is. But it makes sense. Let the rookie, the 22-year-old who's not been hitting great, beat you. As that is going to be more than likely a double play to end the ball game. The Yankees win. Mine, I stand corrected. So the Royals are 15-19, and they're a game and a half above us. But the Twins are slowly taking it away. Mariners and Rangers seem like they're fighting, but we are only 4 games back of the wild card, which is insane. But it seems like the Twins are definitely going to run away with this division, which fine by me, because if you're looking at the rankings, where this is not a very good division. As we hop into another situation, and it is the bottom of the 8th, runners on the corners. It's an 8-5 Tigers lead. as we have Will Vest up there, as it is a 1-1 count to Mr. Connor Knox. And it's going to be hit to Urshela, and we're going to get out of the jam there, as we are going to show we are 1 out away from getting a big dub. Brian, I don't know, Ricino? Yeah, Ricino. One of the bright young prospects for the Guardians. He's going to hit one, and he's going to keep this alive with a 2-out single. That's a 1-1 count to Josh Naylor. And it's going to be hit to Keith. Keith, can he make the play? The turnaround spin? Yes. Tigers win. Let's go. As now we are back here at Comerica Park, as we are down by 3 to the Houston Astros. Cole Keith, he's going to rip one, but just foul. As we're slowly getting into the month of May, as that's going to be a fly out behind home plate. As we're flying through the month of May here. And we'll also check stats at the end of this episode, and we're going to leave 2 stranded. Kind of our biggest issue is our offense, to be honest. Obviously pitching as well, but... So, to wrap up the episode quick, we are looking at third baseman, starting pitching, and catchers. In terms of scouts, I think position-wise, obviously we can go for shortstop. I think we do need pitching, but I think I'm going to lean towards looking at shortstop and left field in a couple of weeks as well. 35 games in terms of hits. Matt Verling leads us. Home runs, he does as well. RBIs, him and Kerry Carpenter are dealing there. He's only hitting 217, but in terms of actual starters, 271. Javi Baez is doing great before he tore his ACL. Jake Rogers, 252. Mark not doing too bad. Riley Green doing solid. Kerry Carpenter, 217. Abu, also Badu, 217 as well. Colt Keith, 215, not great at all. And Spencer's barely over 200. In terms of pitching, yeah, it's not great. Shelby Miller's doing great, but in terms of starting pitching, not great at all. I don't expect that. Alex Lang's doing pretty good. Even though he doesn't lead us in saves. But in terms of ERA, it's bad. Flaherty, I mean, our pitching is just getting absolutely shelled. Shelby Miller's doing great, which is very promising. Whip, yeah, not doing great at all. Earned runs, our ace is getting absolutely shelled, not what we want to see. And WAR's not doing great as well. Like, we go more in depth with the starting pitching. 4-4, 4-4, 2-4, 1-4, 1-2, 0-2. Relief pitchers, they're holding it down, but yeah, it's not looking great, as we're 15-24, slowly almost halfway through May. But I think we're going to make a trade next episode. Let me know what you think of this team. Obviously, we're not very good right now, but maybe we can get some prospects and kind of, maybe not tank, but just get our farm system reloaded. I hope you've enjoyed this episode and this series so far. And until next episode, you guys have a good one. Peace.